Going to try Burnham McCare Preacher Mount R&B, and this is an episode of Retro Lane Comics. It's time to do another episode of Comic Book Reviews. It's time reviewing Siege Young Avengers issue number 1. And this is the Young Avengers tie-in to the Siege storyline. I got a couple more Young Avengers issues. I believe it's more Siege issues after this. But I'm not real sure, so we'll have to see in the next comic book reviews. But basically what happens in this issue, it starts off with Hulkling and Wiccan after this big battle at New Asgard. And New Asgard's been pretty much demolished. And we find out some backstory on Wiccan, why he used to be called his old code name, which was based off of Asgard mythology or whatever. Is because his father, as a kid, when Wiccan was a kid, told him all these Norse stories when he was little. And then we see Speed looking for Patriot and Hawkeye, and he's talking real fast, and he's kind of freaking out, and he's just trying to help and save whoever he can. Well, we see Hawkeye and Patriot stuck under some rubble, and they're trying to figure out how to get out throughout this whole comic. And then we see Siege and Wiccan flying around trying to save whoever they can save. And then we see Speed saving all these Asgardian people and running around saving whoever he can. And then we go back to Hawkeye and Patriot, and they're fighting on how to get out of here. Patriot's trying to be as careful as possible, and Hawkeye just wants to blow up a hole in the rubble and get out of there. But Patriot's thinking that it cannot come tumbling down on them. And then Wiccan and Hulkling see the wrecking crew trying to steal some stuff out of the Asgardian throne room, and Wiccan gets kind of ticked off and starts using his powers, and him and Hulkling start fighting the wrecking crew. And it's this whole thing, and the wrecking crew's pretty much making fun of him because of how soft, quote unquote soft, he's being, as we see in these panels. We see Speed again, and he's running, trying to save whoever he can, and he's trying to find Patriot and Kate. And Patriot and Kate is still arguing on how to get out of here, and Kate wants to blow a hole in the rubble, like I said. And Patriot doesn't want her to do that because he's worried about her, because he has feelings for her, and he ends up kissing her. And then after that, Kate pushes him away, and they try to figure out how to get out of there. And then we go back to the fight with the wrecking crew, Hulkling and Wiccan. And Wiccan winds up electrocuting the 3 wrecking crew members that they're fighting. And then we see Speed kind of sort of giving up and thinking he's not doing enough. And then Ronan shows up, aka the original Hawkeye, and tells him that he's doing a good job. And Hulkling and Wiccan's talking to each other after the fight. And Hulkling is trying to calm down Wiccan. And then Patriot is pushing the rubble as much as he can. That way Hawkeye can get a good shot in and they can escape. And then this big explosion happens from Kate Bishop's arrow, and Wiccan and Hulkling was close by when this happened. And we see Patriot and Kate breaking from underground and breaking out of the rubble that they was in, and the Speed shows up. So this part of the Young Avengers decide to go help the Avengers and help Stature and another member of their team fight off Norman Osborn and whoever's a part of this Siege event and the reason for the Siege event even happening. But other than that, that's all that happened in this comic. My question for y'all is, I don't know much about the Siege event per se. If y'all know any information about it, y'all can let me know in the comments. But as always, Rob Burnham, aka Preacher Man R&B, signing out. Guys, GG's awesome. It's been an episode of Retro Lane Comics. See y'all next time.